Alright, how you doing? Welcome to the latest video in the Soldier of Fortune 2 Annual Edition series. In this video, got a few things to show you, as normal. As you can see, there's a little bit of a different format. I'm trying new things, see what works, see what doesn't, you know. You can now see who I am, you can now see my face, so there you go, lucky you. Anyway, straight in as usual, into Unreal Engine. As you can see, I now have a second camera set up on the main level there with the suit sleeves model of Alexei Nishrad, and that is because I have applied his model to the player setup, which I will now show you. Laptop's still a bit slow, so I'll keep it on 1068 by 1024 by 768 just now. So as you can see, Alexei Nishrad, they are walking the way John Mullins was in the game, the original game. Okay, as always, I'll give you a brief run through in case this is your first time. So the setup screen, option screen is the same as it was in the game. A few extra things that I've added, like the information there on the right. Everything is as it was before. Volume, music volume, effects volume, the screen brightness, all that sort of stuff. Everything is as you've seen before if you've been watching these videos. Everything is there. Oh, the mouse sensitivity I haven't done yet, but I have found the code that I'm going to use. There's two things you have to do. One, for the first person character within the game, you simply take the input of the mouse, X and Y, and you multiply it by a scalar, less than 1 by a float, less than 1 to decrease it, more than 1 to increase it. And for the UI, there is no first person character, or does it still apply? We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do that through C++ anyway. So I've got that code anyway, I haven't applied it. I'll have that done for the next video. A couple of things to show you though. In the join server screen, in fact I'll show you the quest setup first. There's the server screen as before. Everything is as it was. Onto the player setup. The suit sleeves model is now complete. The process by which taking it from the original game into Blender into Unreal Engine, I now know the process and I can now do that with all the different models. There's about 7 of them. I've done the suit sleeves, I've got in Alexei Nishrad, and that's what you're seeing there. And all that happens now is you click on any of the skins there for the model that you want, and if it's Alexei Nishrad, it applies the suit sleeves model and applies the textures. He's the only one that I've done so far, but now I have the process. I was getting right into it and I wanted to make it really, really good and really, really detailed, but then I realised get the functionality working and then automate the whole process. So what happens now? Of the 7 models, when you ever select, what I'm going to do is when you select a skin that you want, it will load the associated G2 skin file, see what textures, what parts of the model need to be applied, load the relevant model, load the bolt-ons as it were, and then apply the textures. And the only one I've done that to is Alexei Nishrad so far. But as you can see, it's working. It's not perfect, but he's simply going to run out of map and get blown up and shot anyway, so I don't think it really mattered that much. Come the release of the game, later on in the project, I'll optimise and fine tune it and all that sort of stuff so it looks a lot better, and I might even redo the model but use the original sort of setup or the original blueprint, so it's completely compatible with the older software. What else? Right, so the join server screen setup, I've set it up as it was in the original game. I've added in master server, which is going to be the ability to add other master servers apart from the soft 2 one, so you can add your own, just a list, and it uses them all and select and deselect them. New favourite IP address or DNS name. I've changed the layout there a wee bit, it's kind of messed it up a wee bit, but I'll fix that. So that's just IP address. Oh, it's not typing because I've disconnected my keyboard. IP address or DNS name. You didn't use a DS name in the game, but you use it in this one, so there's that. Server info is the same window as before, again it's not complete. So everything there in the game is done. We're pretty much moving to complete the UI, or certainly getting the functionality working. After that, we optimise it and make it look good, all that sort of stuff. Mods, same as it was in the game. Parental lock, again, these two things are going to get taken out, but just get the game looking exactly as it was in the original Soft 2, and I think that's a good starting position from which to move on. So other than that, that is everything done for the game, so I can close that. There's not really too much code that I want to show you. I've shown you a lot of the code that I use, but I don't show you in too much detail. It's kind of a thing I'm thinking that when I show you my code that I'm using in Unreal Engine, that's fine, that's one thing, but when I sort of explain what Raven have done in their game, I'm wondering, whether I should do that as much, or certainly go into as much detail. So I'm thinking I might stop doing that as much, because it's not really my code, it's not really my game, so they obviously still own the copyright, so I might cut that out a wee bit, but we'll see. Anyway, that's everything I wanted to show you in the game, so we can close Unreal Engine, and I can close the project. So, the only other thing I want to show you, this is the code that I've written to talk to the master server and get the list of servers, and it's kind of half finished, and all it does so far is sends the appropriate message to the master server, gets the list of servers back. It's not a complete list. This is telling you how many servers there are. List of servers back, where they are delimited by backslash. You count the number of backslashes, which in this instance is 61. There's a couple that don't mean servers, so you cut a couple off at the beginning and cut a couple off at the end, and then you parse the server list, and that's what that is there. So each of those represents one server from the master server list, and then you recontact the master server again, getting the actual details, the name and all that sort of stuff, and I'm halfway through doing that. So I've got the program to contact the master servers and get the initial number of servers, but I haven't finished that, and that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you for moving on in the game. So that's about as much as I wanted to show you with the game. We are simply moving forward, but as again, it's quite a interesting but difficult process, so the progress is quite slow. I hope you see that we are getting there, though. I hope you see we're almost finished the UI, almost finished the functionality of the UI to get it working the way we want it, and then we can move on to loading the level, which I have actually started, by the way. I've started looking at how to load the level, and there's going to be 3 ways that I do that, I think. One is to load the level using the Jedi Knight code, so it loads exactly as it was in the original game, so you pretty much are playing the original game, that way making it backward compatible. Then there's 2 other options I'm thinking about. Number 1 is that it loads converted BSP files, so I will take the original files, convert them in Unreal Engine to a better format that has more functionality, more ability to add things in, that sort of thing, and so you'll have a new format based upon the old format. And then obviously the third option is any maps created solely in Unreal Engine will be compatible with the game. So that's the kind of idea that I'm thinking about. There's a few other things I want to show you, because as I said before, I am running a business here, and I'm going to do a bit of shameless advertising of my own product. So I'm on Amazon now. I'm a physicist by trade, and one of the things I did in my physics degree, my PhD, was Maxwell's equations. So if you know what Maxwell's equations are, and you are a physicist, you can now get them on your coffee mug. See, Maxwell's equations, the Ampère-Maxwell law. The curl of B is the charge density times the derivative of the electric field with respect to T. And you can have that in differential form, and then you can have it in integral form. See how amazing that is? You can have it in blue, right? You can have it in red. You can have it in yellow, purple, green or orange, right? There's a whole set you can have, right? What you want to do is you want to get onto Amazon and buy one of these coffee mugs. So I'm very happy and very grateful to my patrons, but in reality you could actually go onto Amazon and buy a mug. You could have your own mug with Maxwell's equations on it and helping me out to build this game. See how that works? You get something back. See how cool that is? There you go. So Maxwell's equations on your mug. Oh, that's my site. I also did, I like a bit of digital art, I think I've said before, so that's called a gamma ray burst. As I say, I'm a physicist by trade. That's called a gamma ray burst, the most powerful phenomenon known to exist in the universe. And what happens is you have a massive star that goes supernova and turns into a black hole, and during the process to give off a gamma ray burst. So that's what that is. Yeah, you can buy that. Hey, how about Maxwell's equations and the derivation of the wave equation on your mouse mat? What about that? Again, more physical constants on your mouse mat. And last of all, when I was younger, I had like posters of fighter jets on my wall. I've always quite really loved fighter jets. Kind of wanted to do that when I was younger a wee bit. But anyway, F-16 Fighting Falcon. A poster on your wall for yourself. I might get this one myself actually. Or what about if you got like a nephew or a son who might enjoy that poster? You can go on Amazon, you can buy that poster for them. There you go. F-16 Fighting Falcon. That's the Royal Netherlands version. But there you go. And it's got like interesting facts and statistics and dimensions and that underneath right about it. So there you go. How about that? So I think that's about everything I wanted to show you. Definitely getting there. The UI is pretty much complete. The functionality of the UI is pretty much complete. There's a few small things, and as I say, it's not optimised right now. It's going to look a lot better once it gets optimised, but you write the code, you compact it, you make it more succinct and efficient, and then you optimise, change a lot of things, improve things, that sort of thing. So that's pretty much that. One other thing, the generate CD key button I'm going to take away because that's not really something I wanted to include in the game. The idea was to make it backwards compatible with the original server software. It checks your CD key to make sure more than one player doesn't have the same one. So the idea is that you generate a CD key, you give it to the server, it checks. If there is the same CD key in the game, you generate another and you keep doing it until everyone has their own CD key. This option is not going to be available to users, and it's going to be invisible happening within the game and the server software behind the scenes. So I just thought I'd mention it. I'm going to take that out, and that's about it. So that is about everything I wanted to say. As you can see, we're definitely getting there. Let me know what you think about the new format, seeing my face. Are you happy seeing my face, or does it put you off coming back? Do you know what I mean? Let me know in the comments. So that's about everything I wanted to show you. I hope you can see that we're definitely getting there. The project is definitely moving forward. So that's the UI nearly complete. I had a 12-month plan, and I intended to get the UI complete after 6 months, and this is the 9th video, with one video every month. So we're a little bit behind schedule, but it wasn't like the schedule was like written in stone or anything like that. So as you can see, we're getting there. I hope you saw something you enjoyed there. Get yourself onto Amazon, buy yourself a mug or a poster, get yourself onto Patreon, £5, £10, £15 a month. Link in the description and at the start and the end of the video. Remember, for £15 a month you get to be an alpha and beta tester. Remember that. That's something to know. I think you might quite like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you saw something interesting. And until next time, see you later.